Steam locomotives were some of the most powerful machines ever built. They pulled trains that fueled our imagination. They represented vision, ingenuity, collaboration, customer service, and extraordinary human achievement. However, to get to the next destination, they had to be directed to the main line. This required someone directing the train through a series of switches to reach the right destination. Just like these amazing machines, leaders and organizations alike need the right direction to reach their destinations. Welcome to Mainline Executive Coaching ACT, which stands for And Cultural Transformation, featuring Master Certified Intelligent Leadership Executive Coaches Maikel Bailey and Rich Barron. With over 50 years of quantum leadership development and cultural transformation between them. Brought to you by Intelligent Leadership Executive Coaching, ILEC, the world's foremost authority on leadership development and cultural transformation. Once again, welcome to Mainline Executive Coaching and enjoy today's show.
Welcome. Thank you for joining us today, friends. We are here. We are Mainline Executive Coaches and ACT this is what we do, Mainline Executive Coaching and ACT. And we're going to talk about this idea today of, we could call it the Sorcerer's Apprentice, all right? Remember the cartoon with Mickey Mouse and the music and all that stuff? I'm here today with Rich Barron, my partner. I'm Maikel Bailey, and we've got a very interesting discussion about when we think we are all that, but maybe we're not, and what that leads to and what we can actually do about it. So let's roll it. Let's get it started. Rich, open up this idea for us about the Sorcerer's Apprentice.
Well, I called this the Leaders Apprentice, and basically, based on the Sorcerer's Apprentice. We've got this sorcerer that's all powerful and has got all these skills and talents and able to do all these magic things. And then we have the apprentice that is watching him, but hasn't been taken aside or taught, or perhaps this sorcerer didn't know that he wanted to learn, or he felt that he wasn't capable of learning or wasn't ready to learn yet. That really didn't dive into that. But the problem is, as soon as this guy was gone, Mickey took it upon himself and had just enough skills and had watched someone just enough, or beginner's luck, dumb luck, and got this broom moving. And once he got it moving, he didn't know how to control it. And it got out of control for him. And then he panicked, chopped it in a million pieces, and then it exploded. Then he really was in trouble. But I think a lot of that goes back to a lot of emerging leaders, people who want to be leaders, and or view themselves as a leader because perhaps they have been given a specific title and don't really have the skills to control the outcome of what they're doing.
I think there's something to that. I think there's a big deal to that. And let's take a look at this notion of leadership, what leadership is. And we've been talking about it. Maybe it breaks down into three components. There's the position, right?
Yes.
You got the name on the door, you got the parking space, you got all these accoutrements that say, I've got this leadership position there. All right, that's great. The second part of that, though, is where it really starts to say something. Do you have the abilities to really get the job done? I mean, Mickey thought if he had the robe on, if he had the hat, if he had, the magic wand, and all the accoutrements now to be the sorcerer, to be the magic guy, right? But when he got down to it, he really didn't have the abilities. He didn't have the experience. He didn't have all these skills in place to take that on, right? And so if you're going to be a leader, you've got to have these abilities. And I'm going to tell you, as I look at leaders, these are masterful people. The best leaders are really masterful at what it is they do. I don't know, maybe there's 5%, the stats that we look at that are really, really good at what it is that they do, 5%. But it's this combination of abilities and personality and experience and a lot of know-how. And it's almost as if they can walk into a situation with their toolbox of leadership skills and experience and take on whatever it is that they've got to take on there. So to me, it's kind of an interesting thought that being a great leader at some level may almost be like a craft.
It absolutely is a craft. I mean, it's a big responsibility, but it's a craft nonetheless. You know, there's a lot of things, a lot of skills and talents that really go into this, and it's not something that really is acquired in a short period of time. Although some people are natural leaders, it goes beyond that. It goes really, you know, the potential for future performance. And if you're going to really hone those skills or take the time to hone those skills.
Yeah. And I think there's another level of that sense of craft or expertise. I'm going to set up this way. I think anytime you get into something that you're really good at, whatever it is, you could be a salesman, saleswoman, you could be a manager, you could be, you know, an artist, you know, playing music or whatever it is. There's a level of just knowing the craft, what that thing is. The next level is really artistry. It's what it is that you do and the way that you do it in that particular way that brings out the magic, that just makes something better, just makes it work at a higher level. It's really, that's really the true example, you might say, of synergy. You know, they're able to bring all this stuff together, and it really is the parts, the whole really is greater than the sum of the parts because of that. And so with that ability, some great things can really happen with a masterful, you know, leader that has got great craft as well as artistry. And so what that leads to is this third part of leadership, which is example. What do they always say? Lead by example.
Yep.
Now, so here's the deal. People that really don't have the chops to be the leader, the kind of faking, I'm faking until they make it stuff, which is a terrible way to doing things. My way it works sometimes, but really not. If you want that title, then along with that, what you want to be is that example. The problem, if you want to be, you know, the title and you want everybody else to look at you as the example, what have you skipped over? The ability.
The ability, the due diligence, the woodshedding. You didn't practice. It's all about building those skills and learning, you know, how to apply those to certain situations.
Yeah. So when you kind of look at this sandwich here, you got the bread here of the position, you got the other piece of bread here, which is the example, being the example. But the real meat, you know, the real stuff of the sandwich, what makes it worthwhile is the ability. It's what's in the sandwich. Yeah, you have some different kinds of bread and all that, but it's really what's in between it that really makes it work. And so if you really take a look at this idea, if you want the position, what's really required of you, develop the abilities.
Yeah. You know, I'll tell you, these leaders who skip past that and end up in these positions, they're easy to figure out. They're easy to spot. And let me tell you why, because they're the ones that blame others for their shortcomings. They're the ones that, you know, feel like, because I know this, I'm going to make these decisions. Right or wrong, I'm not going to listen to anybody else because I've got this title. I'm going to make this decision when everybody else around him is telling him, wait, don't do that. And they're going to pull the trigger anyway. You know, there's a lot of these things, you know, it's called the imposter syndrome. We've talked about that a lot. You know, they don't want to be found out. They don't want people to know, I really don't have this. And, you know, and then behind the scenes, these people are sweating it out. They know they're in over their head. You know, they're stressed about where they're going. And because it gets further and further down the road, they can't become more and more with their feet stuck in, not wanting to, you know, holding back, not wanting to really open up and gain these skills that they can use. You know, there's nothing wrong being in that position, but there's somebody there to help you. If you feel you're in over your head, if you feel you need to learn some of these skills, there are people ready to help you.
And that's what we do. We are leadership experts in terms of developing leaders. That's what we do. And that's what we can help you. Because the problem with that is if you want the power, but you don't want the responsibility of the consequences, why would you not do that? Because somewhere inside of you, there's no there there. You're kind of the empty suit, hoping that nobody will really notice that. But as you're saying, you don't have to stay stuck there. If you need the assistance, let's get you in. Let's start testing you. Let's start getting surveys done on you so that you can actually get a true picture of yourself and where you are as a leader and what it is, those great parts about you that somebody saw. They'd probably put you in that position because of the great parts, but also see the things that you're not so great at. And then what are the things that are going on with you that really screw things up for you? We all have them. Things self-sabotaging, So let's get that figured out. Let's get that reworked. Let's get that lined up so that you bring your talents, so that you bring your potential, so that you're really bringing your best game, and so that you all can be that person in the position and be the person with the abilities and the experience so that you can be a legitimate example of what it means to be a leader in this particular organization. It can be done, and we can help.
I got to give an example. I didn't tell you about this, Maikel, but this happened to me today. It's maybe a little bit of an example of what happens if suddenly things go awry and you're not ready for it. I was driving back to my house today. I'd gone. My dog was at the groomer. My wife said, "Please, can you go pick him up?" So I went and picked him up. Driving home, got the window down. He's got his head out the window. I've got my window down, and all of a sudden I hear this little tick, tick, tick. Like something's hitting the side of the door frame. And just as I turned and looked, I got stung underneath my chin. I had one that went down my shirt. I got stung multiple times on my chest. One went down my back. I got stung on my back. And then I went down in the bottom of the car, down by my feet. I had shorts on, got stung on my legs, and I'm going crazy. I'm trying to swat these things, and I'm sure if anybody saw me, they thought, what is wrong with this guy? Because I was all over the road trying to swat these things, about tossed my dog out the window, and finally pulled over and jumped out and was shaking my shirt out, and these dang yellow jacket, these wasps, they're evil anyway. But I'll tell you what, I wasn't prepared for that. And I don't, well, maybe this is not a good analogy. I don't know. It's going to be but regardless, what should I have done? Maybe I should have thought through my training, well, pull over, put it in park, make sure everything's safe and get out. No, I panicked, man. It's a good thing no one was coming the other direction because I was all over the road,
It's funny, but it's also terrible.
It sucked. It was horrible.
Where did they come from?
I don't know. There must have been a little swarm or something right there in the middle of the road, but it was, and there was probably got 4 or 5 in the car, and they all went to work on me.
On you?
On me. I don't know. Maybe that's a bad analogy.
So no, well, maybe the analogy is here. When you think you're driving down the road and you think it's all in control, and suddenly you're hit with a pack of yellow jackets, maybe there's a message there.
Yeah, maybe so. Yeah, you got to. If you don't have the training, you're gonna crash.
You're gonna have a bad moment out there. That's right. Yeah. Okay. Very good. Yeah, so let's wrap it up here. Let's take it home.
All righty. Thanks again, everybody, for being here with us today. We have a great message and a great set of tools that we are more than willing and happy and excited about showing you and help you on to that next level, getting those skills and talents that not only going to improve your life, but going to improve the life of those that you work around and your organization. Everything about it is going to be something you're going to be able to take with you for the rest of your life. And that's a guarantee. Literally 100%. There's over 12,000 people in the database on some of our assessments, including 500 global CEOs. Here's the thing. The people who have used ILEC methods in coaching, 100% have shown an improvement, have improved, have succeeded. That's our track record. And we really are willing to help you develop those leadership skills and those cultural abilities for your organization. So look us up, executiveleadersactilec.com. And we hope to hear from you soon. And once again, thank you very much for joining us today. We'll see you soon. Take care and be safe.
All right, folks, all the best to you. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Once again, thank you for joining us on today's show. With all of the issues impacting today's leaders, you need coaching more than ever. Go to our website, executiveleadersactilec.com. Book some time with us. We guarantee your success and that you will gain skills, talents, and knowledge that will last you a lifetime. This podcast was brought to you by Intelligent Leadership Executive Coaching, the world's top executive coaching brand. Once again, thank you for joining us. Have a great day and take care.